What's a funny story related to your time on the floor or working in the market?
Well, you know, back in the early 80s, it's kind of interesting because, I mean, the way our culture has changed and the perception of partying has completely changed. And, you know, being a litigious society, the attitude of drinking and taking extracurricular activities has obviously changed through the years. But, you know, back in the 80s, I mean, you know, when the markets closed, you worked hard and you partied hard. And, you know, it was the one industry that, you know, I don't care what you did, how much you drank the night before. You know, if you were hurting the next day, you could always walk into a bar and, you know, totally socially acceptable to be drinking, you know, Bloody Marys at 6 in the morning. You know, I think as youths, you know, we all go through that phase. And I think one of the neat things that came out of that mantra of work hard, party hard was that I befriended a few guys, and it's kind of interesting because this alludes to how we even came up with doing pivot analysis other than just daily numbers, because everyone just did daily numbers because they were floor traders, daily pivots for day trading. And you know, a couple of us got together and we party after the market closes to figure out what the market was going to do, what our game plan. We had like a user group, so to speak, really. And in 1984, a couple of the guys, we got together. We lived near Rush Street Division, and on Michigan Avenue right there in Chicago, and we'd get together and, you know, we could get real creative with some of our work, and our technical work included back then, looking at 3 different time period moving averages. And I think it was in one of those sessions that we were, you know, pounding down some Heinekens or something, and we came up with the idea of, hey, what's this pivot analysis? What do we do on a daily? And so what about a weekly? And so we incorporated a weekly. And then it was probably a couple days, weeks later, it says, well, you know, after trying weekly numbers, it worked pretty well. Then we experimented looking at monthlies, but monthlies only work once a month, so it was, you know, good for options and longer term positions. So really, how I developed into using pivots other in multiple time frames really came from after market study sessions, you know, partying. So you know, one of the things the good things do come from those who maybe sit back and relax and look back in life. But I
get a little inspired
to using multiple time frame pivot point analysis to Heineken. So
I love it. That's great. Thank you for sharing that story.